Hey everybody, Charlie and I are two here, and welcome back to Pentiment. When we last left off, we are walking around trying to gather some info on who killed Otto. Right now, top of my list is Father Tomas, but we're going to walk around and see who else we can talk to. Martin is also a suspect. Let's talk to Kat. Andres Mailer. Hello, Kat. Well, would you look at that? You are back in Tassing. And look at you, you've done well for yourself. And who's this? Kat, please meet Casper, my apprentice. He's got the posture of an artist, that's for sure. Good, strong face, though. I do. What brings you back to Tassing, Andres? Just passing through on the way back to Nuremberg. How have you been, Kat? You seem well. I saw Martin earlier. I must say I was surprised to see him. That's right. He disappeared when you were last in town. Franz passed a few winters ago, then Wolf, Brigitte and I nearly lost the farm and our mines. But Martin returned shortly after, and he's proved to be a changed man. A good man. He saved us from destitution. Excuse me a second. I've been wondering where Wolf was. I'm so sorry, Kat. My condolences on Franz's passing. Thank you. He was a difficult man. I'd hoped his pains and terrors are eased now that he's at God's side. And now that Martin has returned to us, the farm is no longer in danger, and Brigitte and I live in hope of more children soon. Times may be hard in Tassing right now, but God truly does answer our prayers. I'm glad you and your family are well, Kat, despite everything. Thank you, Andres. It truly is good to see you again, even in the midst of such terrible times. I did want to ask you more about your son, actually. Martin seemed different from how I remembered him. What's changed? Oh, that's right. He was still gone by the time you left Tassing. He returned several weeks later like he always did. Was it his travels or time that changed him? Only God knows the truth of a man's heart, but I suspect the challenges he faced on the road improved his memories of home. He hasn't stolen anything or run off in years. Truly, the Lord provides for his faithful. He and Otto were arguing the other day, though. Do you know why? Were they? I'm sorry, Andreas, but I don't know anything about that. Your whole font changed on that one. Martin supports Otto in his cause against the abbot's taxes. They didn't have any cause to fight. I don't know, Kat. Their argument was quite heated. Would Martin have any reason to hurt Otto? Of course not. They've become close friends these past few years, like brothers. Even brothers quarrel. After Franz died, God blessed me by returning my son to me, healed of his darkness. We should be given thanks that the Lord led Martin to the light. You weren't blind to his flaws before. You know men like him don't change. Sorry, I don't mean to disturb you. I'm just trying to figure out who really killed Otto. Frown thoughtfully. So, let's take a moment and step back here. So this is Kat. Her husband died. And somebody else that was close to her, one of her kids, maybe? I don't remember her relationship with Franz and Wolf. But if Martin is all she has, even if she knew he did a murder, she's not going to give him up. And she's going to fiercely protect them. So let's just frown thoughtfully here. Trust me, Andres, I know my own son. Martin would never do such a thing. Thank you for talking with me, Kat. Thank you for hearing me out. Till later, Andres. Till then. So far, Martin's kind of low on my list again. The thing that does make him suspicious, however, aside from him having a dark past that miraculously disappeared, is that he is one of the few constants among both of these murders. He was a suspect in the first one, and he's a suspect in this one. Curious. Let's keep going. Martin. Oh, he's not going to talk to us. Okay. Well, he is in the field shoveling, so good sign, I guess. Brigitte! Hello. Could you spare a moment? I suppose, what do you need? It was so strange seeing Martin. What do you mean? Seems like he came back from his travels a changed man. Last time I was in Tassing, he ran off. Now he's back and I didn't recognize him. He was an ass last time I saw him, but he seems changed now. This will be remembered. Excuse me a second. I don't know why my throat's so dry. I'm going to drink some water here real quick. Maybe that'll help. All right. He's grown up, Andreas. We all have. I love that chicken back here. Look at that chicken. Is it so bad? Is that so bad, rather? I just didn't expect it of Martin. He did get into an argument with Otto when I was coming into town, though. What happened there? Well, the question's about my husband, Andreas. Ooh, she's getting defensive already. I'm looking for any reason someone might want to murder Otto. I'm trying to figure out who murdered Otto. I'm trying to catch up on everything that's changed in Tassing. We're going to throw this lie out here. Oh, that's going to be remembered. You're a poor liar. Ah, Andreas, be a better liar. Oh, no, that was not the right answer. Looking for any reason someone might want to murder Otto. Otto was pressing Martin to support him in the town commons, Andreas. Martin has changed, but his history in this town is remembered. He doesn't want to cause more trouble. He didn't want to speak in the commons because he's afraid of the abbot. They squabbled over it, that's all. Otto threatened Martin if he didn't cooperate. What was your husband so afraid Otto knew? Oh, God. If we didn't lie to her, we would have had a good shot at doing this. But we are not getting this answer. Your husband can't have changed that much. I know that Otto and Martin had quarreled, but that's all. Maybe he flew off the handle with Otto. You know how men are. Sorry, but I don't know anything about the matter. Now, please, I need to get back to work. All right, so I feel like this is probably a dead end here. John, you can go to the Bauer farm. Veronica. Hello, Andres. Good to see you back in town. Hello, Veronica. How have you been? Oh, you know, pulled every which way. Mom's been a cow about when I'll give her grandchildren. You're the one that's likes the other girl, though, right? As if I'm not doing enough work already. It's a good idea to set yourself up for the future, Veronica. Are you two having trouble? Shouldn't rush something as important as children. That's what I keep telling her. Maybe you should talk to her, Andreas. If it comes from someone as successful as you, maybe she'll pay attention. Anyway, I should get back to work. We're all preparing for the festival. I'll leave you to it until later. See you. So maybe if we get on her good side by talking to Hetty and telling her to lay off the children, maybe we can get some tea. Nope. Not at all. Okay. Hans! Hans Gruber. The Nakatomi Christmas party. Hey, Andreas. Heard rumor you were back. Hello, Hans. Meet Casper, my apprentice. Hello. Hello, are you from Nuremberg like Andres? I'm from Salzburg. Is that very far from here? Not too far, I think. A few days to the east on horseback. Never been outside of Tassing. Or ridden a horse. Tassing's a wonderful place to live. You should get out of this place while you're young, Hans. It's a shithole. Do you know another alpine town with 2 saints? Seems fine to me, all things considered. It's because you've never been anyplace else. This is what I tell people that, I grew up with. Right? I joined the military, traveled the world. And travel is good for you. It gives you perspective. Right? It's helpful to step out of your little comfort zone and your realm of familiarity and try to see things from different angles. It makes you appreciate things that you have a lot more, and it gives you a much broader perspective on, society and life in general. So I always try to tell that to, the people that are still in a little hometown that I grew up in that have never left. The furthest they've gone is maybe a few hours to a beach or something. It baffles me. They have no interest in leaving and no interest in seeing the outside world. And their argument's I can't leave my family. Well, leave to visit somewhere and then come back. I'm not telling you to move away. I don't know. I just never understood it. I get that it's scary to do, but I feel like it's almost necessary and should definitely be encouraged. Though truly, everywhere is a shithole. This is facts too, but everywhere is like a different flavor of shit. That's a horrible statement. That's a horrible statement. Even Nuremberg, especially Nuremberg. Didn't mind Salzburg. I'm glad I live in Tassing then. At least it's my shithole. Till later, Hans. That was a totally fruitless conversation. Johann. It wasn't John, it was Johann. Andreas, you and me need to talk. Do we now? Is that how you want to be? I'm trying to solve a murder if you haven't noticed. Oh, greatest apologies, Your Excellency. Get out of here, asshole. Okay, well, you know, you can go screw yourself. Let's go to the Gertner farm. This isn't going to be well. Let's talk to Peter. Hello, as he says. Big Jorg. Nothing? Let's go in the Gertner house. I'm sure Kat's probably in here grieving. Clara. She just says hello. Ursula. Hello. Hello, Ursula. Do you remember me? No, should I? It's me, Andres. I've been a friend of your family for ages. Suppose you wouldn't recognize me? I'm not the poor artist your parents boarded. No, you were very young when I was last in Tassing. I boarded in your parents' house. You used to poke me in the foot with a stick to wake me up. I did? You did. I stayed in the room upstairs. I kind of remember that. Cough, cough. Mom and Dad sometimes talk about you. They said you went away for more training. What was that like? Well, while I was in London, I learned a new portrait technique. No, not about the art. About your travels. All right, all right. All right, 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 all right. Now, London. Yeah. London has a big bridge going over its river, but the bridge is so big there are buildings on it. You ever seen a hound without a head? No, we're not going to do that. London. What, really? It doesn't sink? It's very sturdy. I walked across it myself. It sounds like the miracles Father Tomas talks about, like the Red Sea splitting. It's not a miracle, Ursula. People designed and built it by hand. Sounds like a lot of work. I'm glad I'm a farmer instead. Cough. She's sick. Andreas, can I ask you something? Of course. Do you know the stories about Perchta and the Wild Hunt? A little. I didn't learn about them until I lived here. Why? Are they bad? Cough, cough. Bad how? Well, my grandpa tells me things about Perchta and spirits and charms. And the old woman Attilia, she talks about them too and says all these words I don't understand. She told me they're part of the old ways or something. So why do you think they're bad? Well, my dad says that I shouldn't listen to any of it. He said it's nonsense and that Father Thomas would be mad. He said that he only tolerates it with old people because they're too stuck in their old ways. I don't want to get into trouble, but Grandpa says if I don't learn the old ways, they'll just be forgotten. So why are you asking me this? I'm afraid if I ask someone else, they'll tell my dad, or worse, Father Thomas. So are they bad? No, they're not bad. You should learn what you can while you can. They're not bad, but these stories could get you in trouble, so both of these are right. Like, we don't want her spouting that stuff and that would get her into trouble, but I also want to spark the, curiosity in her. Man, if I get this girl killed, I'm going to feel horrible, but it is a video game. So no, they're not bad. You should learn what you can while you can. Really? Oh, told an ordinary travel story. She wanted to hear the one about the hound without a head. So we got like a 50-50 shot here. Why not? Failure. I'm sorry, I forget I said anything. Till later. Well, great. That didn't go anywhere. Ill Peter, what's up, brother? God bless you. God bless you too, man. All right. Well, Town Commons. I haven't seen you in a while, Andres. Andreas, how'd you get caught up in another murder? Sometimes I find trouble. Sometimes trouble finds me. Found us all, I'm afraid. Listen, Andreas, I can't talk any sense into Peter. I understand he's angry, we're all angry, but threatening the abbot? Burning down the abbey? The Duke's soldiers will tear this town apart, that's what I'm talking about. If Peter won't listen to you, what makes you think I carry any more weight with him? I don't know, you live with the man. I'm just worried for all of us. Understand? I'll talk to you later, Andres. Till then. Did we talk to Peter down here? I feel like we did, and he just said hello. Yeah, he's saying hello. Okay. Seems like he's calmed down a bit. Alright, so what do we got over here? Wow, they got that bonfire down quick. Let's talk to Till. Alright, good talk. Anton? Same deal. Zimmerman house. This Otto, right? Yeah, he's dead. This would be his wife, Eva, not Kat. Oh, Andres. Look at the baby is just adorable. I'm so sorry, Eva. No. I'm going to tell you from personal experience, I hate it when people say this to a person who's lost someone. How about, are you all right? I knew something like this would happen. He believed in what he was doing. I know he was doing the right thing, but Andreas, I was so scared. I don't know what I'm going to do now. It's hard to deal with a death that's so sudden. We'll get through this, all of us. I'm sure your family can help you. That's presumptuous of us. This is insincere. I think this is the way that she would like to be talked with directly like this. I don't remember my mother. She was gone before I ever knew her. And now Otz is never going to know his father. Or Oats. Sorry, Andres. I'm just so tired. It's all right. Maybe we could come back later and share a meal together. Yes, I think that would help. Later then. Wow, Andreas, you trying to move in already? That ain't cool, man. She just lost her husband. Give her some time before you try to swoop in. All right. I want to go talk with the doctor. Werner, right? Werner Stoltz. It's up this way, right? Let's go up here first to Northtown. We'll come back. Oh, this is where it happened. I wonder how long Rat House construction will be delayed now. Werner, tell me about these flowers. Or do nothing. I'm going into your house now. Why was Otto up here? I feel that's the question we should be asking. He really doesn't have a need to be up there at the Rat House. Balthazar, what do you got to say? Greetings, Andreas. You have arrived at the ideal moment. All right, less than ideal considering Otto's recent death. It took place right outside your house. You truly didn't catch anything that would be useful to my investigation. Alas, as said, Werner and Linhart and I were engaged in a stimulating debate when we heard the crash outside. I only saw a figure flee, but unfortunately I have no useful details on whoever it may have been. I hope you find a lead, for I have severe doubts about the involvement of the abbot in this gruesome affair. Meanwhile, I'm drawing close to the final design of my latest invention. As such, I would very much like to hear your thoughts on it. It doesn't feel most appropriate considering the circumstances, but I suppose I can listen. Splendid. I have been devising something most unique. Come. At present, we have a problem. The peasants suffer under harsh conditions. Do you agree? They do not have it easy, no. That's what they've been saying. I'm not certain, though. Life isn't easy for anyone. They do not have it easy. They toil constantly, but achieve little over bare subsistence. They are then taxed heavily. The peasants grow angrier, hence the nascent troubles all across the lands. It is a dangerous time. So I've devised a tool to lessen their drudgery. Here, take a look at this schematic. What the... Come on now, game. I was taking you seriously. We are looking at some form of a plow. But why the man face? Why the springy torso? Behold the plow. In front of it, an automaton. I can't even talk. Man or beast, it matters little, dragging the plow behind it. Okay, so he's saying that's just something filling in for what it could be. Have you seen any artificial people before? I've seen the Moor shepherds who strike the bell in a carousel of automated magi in the Piazza San Marco clock in Venice. The Frauenkirche clock in Nuremberg features a procession of mechanical men. Manleyenlaufen that can be seen on Min Day. Can't say that I have. We're going to go with this one. Ah, father and son Ranieri, an impressive piece of work. So you understand of which I speak, the intricacies of machinery. Gears within gears, symmetric coils turn in a shaft system that leads to the gearing mechanism. Controls that are quite complex but allow for it to follow a predetermined path. It toils so the peasant does not have to. Wouldn't it be easier without the figure in front? Move only the plow itself? No. It is the puller that is important, to hold and fix and weigh down the plow. So he's saying attach this whole thing to a beast? That's a bit crazy, I'll admit. The universe reveals itself through the minute intricacies of clockwork. There's still a few imperfections to work out, but I can feel I'm on the correct path. Tell me, Andres, what do you think? Be truthful. There can be no progress without truth. It's difficult to see how the effort required to make and maintain this device would be less than plowing with human and animal labor. I am on a fool's errand, am I not? It is what my father would have said as well. I fear I'm a disappointment. Oh, is that why you decided to stay in Tassing instead of returning home? Man, we are just destroying this man's life. It was part of it, yes. I could not face my father after my travels. Why did you leave in the first place? I had to prove myself. To my father, I suppose, and maybe. My father had attempted to arrange for me a marriage. I did not feel ready. It's not so bad once you get used to it. You were right to evade it. It's a curse sent to man by most malevolent force, or remain silent. In any case, there's so much more I have to learn. My inventions have not been as successful as I would like. Perhaps it is because you are lacking the correct frame of mind. What do you mean? If your inventions so far amount to little, you must change your approach. Doing the same thing over and over will only yield the same results. Think bigger, reach higher, more ambition. Consider the aesthetic, look for the substance that emerges from the harmony of paints. Have you tried military applications as Leonardo did? He invented many weapons. Let's go with the logic. What is the result and direction I am searching for? That is what I cannot solve. Think bigger, you must have more ambition, a lofty goal. I fear ambition has so far been my shortfall. I reach for more than I can attain. But I thank you, Andres. I invited you to exchange thoughts, and you have proven most valuable. This conversation has given me much to consider, but now I guess I must return to work. Good luck, Baltus, until later. All right, so no real leads there. North Town. You don't want to talk to me about plants, even though we made mention of that. Let's go to Central Town. Let's go to the Albane Bakery. Let's talk to Ulrich. God bless you, Andres. God bless you, Ulrich. How have you been? Before or after Otto was murdered? Let's say after. Not well, the peasants are angry. Even if what you and Casper said about the abbot makes sense, they do not want to hear it. It's too easy to blame Father Grenot for Otto's murder. Do you know anything about who might have killed Otto? Andreas, if I knew anything, I'd tell you. I'd tell Peter. I'm critical of the abbot, but I still love the man. I still love all of the brothers and sisters of Curacao. I don't want to see them harmed any more than you do. If I see or hear anything that could help, you'll be the first person I tell. All right. You know what? Let's keep this more personal. Thank you, Ulrich. It's the least I can do. Keep faith, Andreas. Trust in Providence. We're all in God's hands. I don't know about all that, but let's talk the Gret. God bless you, Andres. I'm thankful you returned to Tassing after so long. We prayed so fondly for you after you left. Thank you, Gret. I've kept Tassing in my prayers as well. It's very kind of you. You shouldn't have bothered. I've done well for myself, but Tassing. Hope your prayers offset the abbot's. He's not as fond of me as the rest of Tassing. Let's just be nice. That's very kind of you. Although I hear Tassing needs more prayer than ever right now. Otto's death is a tragedy and an already tense time. I can only pray that things can be resolved peacefully. I worry about my husband. He's getting too involved with the whole business. He's doing his best to keep Peter from violence. He's the peacekeeper Tassing needs. Do you disagree with Ulrich? You're right to be worried. Otto's death looks like it could start a revolt. That is true. Oh, may God prevent such a thing. I love Ulrich, but he does not see that he may be both prudent and Christian. I pray that I'm not acting selfishly, but the abbot's taxes have affected us too. We must be able to provide for ourselves if we're able to help others in Tassing. And as Proverb says, do not answer a fool according to his folly, lest you also be like him. Following Peter in his foolishness is not the Christian action. Only pray he can see that in time. Will you speak with him, Andreas? Spoke with him earlier. He seems set on supporting the peasants. Of course, Gret, but I can't promise I'll change his mind. I'd rather not drive a wedge between you two. Ah, yes, that does sound like him, I suppose. I'll take it up with him over supper again. God bless you, Andreas. All right, the kid, Anna. Hello, Master Andreas. Hello, Anna, Bana, Fofana, Fee, Fi, Fofana, Anna. All right, so now we've got Steinauer house. Lucky, what's up, brother? Andreas, not looking good, is it? No, it's not. I have to find the real killer. It couldn't have been the abbot. You don't need to convince me. Best you get on that, then. The unrest bodes ill. Peasants are about to do something foolish. I pray I can stop them. Do you have any thoughts on who might have done this? Nope. Otto had a few conflicts, but nobody I'd call an enemy. Best of luck to you, Andreas. You don't have much time. He seems eager to push us away. You guys feel that? Agnes! Andreas, I can't talk right now. I need to watch over Rachel. And that's all that we get out of that. Alright, so we are going to head to... We should probably go check out the mill and then the priory. Elsa. Bless you, Master Mailer. Alright, I'll just walk into your house then. Staub is here. Linhart, we're supposed to talk to you. We're going to talk to you next episode. We're going to go pet Staub. And that's going to do it for this episode. Stay tuned for the next episode. If you like my content, please consider a like, a comment, and or a subscribe. It really helps out the channel. Stay tuned. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.